Hello guys, today we are gonna do 5 more of these games from this collection here. Next we got Night Lore. This game was released in 1984. It has 7.9 out of 10 on IMDb with about 30-ish user votes. The Wikipedia reception page, it's a honker. Amstrad Action gave the Amstrad version 95%. Amtrex gave it 91%. Crash gave the Spectrum 94%. CVG gave Spectrum 9 out of 10. Eurogamer gave it 8 out of 10. Sinclair User 9 gave Spectrum 9 out of 10. And Your Spectrum gave it 14 out of 15. Computer Game Magazine's lauded Night Lore, writing that its graphics were the first of its kind and marked a sea change from its contemporaries. CVG wrote that they had never seen graphics of its caliber and that it lived up to Ultimate's hype. Home Computer Weekly was left speechless. Okay. I love you too. Sorry about that. Was left speechless and predicted that Night Lore would change the market. Crash said it was unlikely to be surpassed as the Spectrum's best game. Crash liked Night Lore as a Crash Smash recommendation in its January '85 issue. Night Lore's atmosphere, which Sinclair used to describe as crepuscular world of claustrophobic menace, inspired many curious questions on the part of the adventurer in contemporaries' '85 reviews. Crash appreciated the imaginative mystery of the game as they attempted to answer why Saberman turns into a werewolf who they preferred to play as and what the collectible objects throughout the castle do. Saberman's werewolf transformation sequence in particular annoyed CVG and traumatized players. According to Well Played, a book of academic close readings of video games as players emphasized with the suffering of Saberman. Holy shit. The game design gave the impression that the castle was far grander in scale than it was in reality, and Crash wrote that the game's novel 8-way direction scheme suited the 3D space. Crash compared Night Lore statistically to the 1984 Avion, but suggested that the former had bolder visuals. The magazine preferred Night Lore to its predecessor, Underworld, and one critic even considered the former to be Ultimate's best game. Crash noted how Night Lore's masking technique addressed issues of flicker and attribute clash, and Sinclair user appreciated how Saberman disappeared from view when passing behind blocks. In criticism, reviewers consider Night Lore sound to be its weakest component, though Your Spectrum and Crash also identified sometimes cruel difficulty of its gameplay. Later rooms of the castle required pixel-perfect precisions compounded by the anxiety of the running timer. The game's animations would slow down proportional to the degree of on-screen action. In reviews of the Amstrad release, Amtrex noted that the color additions over the monochromatic original, wrote that Night Lore was among the Amstrad's best adventures. Their one complaint was the graphical slowdown when too many elements were moving on screen. Amstrad Action shared this complaint, but others named Night Lore among the Amstrad's best 3 games and improved it on the Spectrum release and on par with the quality of the Commodore 64 titles. And then some legacy information, but nothing there much there. So let's look at Night Lore. This is gonna be interesting here. Oh, look at that. Alright, ooh, like isometric. Oh yeah, this looks tall. Wow, talk about an improvement. Yeah, graphic-wise, yeah, this is a huge improvement over the previous ones. Are you kidding me? God. That is, like, really cool. Oh, wow. Changed to a wolf. Yeah, he does kind of spaz out a little bit. Oh yeah, that's kind of gnarly a little bit. He like contorts and shit. His body's like all violent and crap. It's kind of interesting mystery on like shit. I like the little day-night meter. Let's see. Let's give it a little bit. I want to see it like him. Yeah, look at that. God, ugh. Yeah, I can kind of see people seeing that first time being like, oh my god, especially if they grew up with him with this pre. Because Saberman's kind of been around for a while. He's kind of been that big. Oh, wow. 4. Wow, this is actually. I actually like this one a lot. Like, instantly. Because the mystery works because. You had Saberman for so long, then all of a sudden, like in these installments, he's just doing his thing. All of a sudden, he's a werewolf. I mean, yeah, let's give it another go. Let's go over here. Wow, we're already kind of. Yeah, that one's not gonna work. Let's go over here. Yeah, look at that. Oh. I just need like. I thought I could open that, but. Nope. Yeah, look at that. Ugh. I know the potion is there. I guess let's try over here. I made it through here. How did I make it through last time? Yeah, I gotta wait till I'm like human. Yeah, it's so weird. Shit. Not precise enough. Shit. Oh, fuck. My impatient ass. Yeah, that's just... Shit! Oh! Oh, fucker! Okay, I'm gonna call it good with that. But yeah, that was really good. I really like that a lot. That's very intriguing. And oh yeah, definitely an upgrade from the previous ones. Definitely. Yeah, let's see what the next one has to offer here. Oh wow, we got a little... Ooh. Not now. Gunfright, interesting. Let's see what this one has to say. Huh. Gunfright. It's weird. I'm trying to look for it here. Unless there's a space in this one. No. This one might not be a very common one. Gunfright. Yeah, it's weird. Let's see. Interesting. Yeah, I can't find it on IMDb. I don't think there's an IMDb page for it, which is weird. Let me go back to what was it? Night. Let me go back to the previous one. Sometimes they'll be in like the suggestion thing. It is not. So I'm thinking that it just... Yeah, I guess it just doesn't have a page. Oh well. Well, on the Wikipedia reception page for this, Crash gave it 93%, CBG gave it 7 out of 10 or 28 out of 40. Yours Sinclair gave it 7 out of 10, Computer gave it 95%. The reviewers writing for Crash praised the game's graphics as highly detailed and colorful, but stated that the game was visually similar to Ultimate's immediately previous game, Nightshade. Yours Sinclair thought the graphics were the best aspect of the game, despite similarly comparing them to those of Nightshade. Hughes also praised the game's smooth animation and techniques used to portray the western town. CBG suggested the game's style and gameplay was a mix of Nightshade and Nintendo's Duck Hunt. Reviewing the MSX version, a reviewer for Computer Gamer praised the game's plot and was complimentary of the way the game was able to separate itself from Ultimate's previous game, which had used the Filmation engine. Reviewers writing for Crash praised the gameplay, stating that the game's element was considerably developed and that the several different stages were highly addictive. Writers in CVG criticized the gameplay, knowing that they found it difficult to distinguish the outlaws from the other male inhabitants of the town. They also noted the absence of puzzle elements, which was considered unusual for an Ultimate game. Bill Bennett of Your Computer similarly considered the omission of puzzle elements unusual, but welcomed the witty change in genre from the previous dungeon-themed video game. So let's take a look at this. It feels like Saber kind of became their first, like, Mario kind of character. Oh, look at that. Oh, fucker. Buffalo Bill. What the fuck? Ah. I'll try it again. Trying to. I like the exploratory nature of the game. But they're right. That criticism of not knowing like who's who, that can definitely be like something that. Yeah, it's very hard, and I will admit that for sure. Alright, I'm kind of good on that. Yeah, that one's okay. I like some of the stuff in it, but I feel like it's too tough to find out who's who in it. That's definitely a legit criticism, I think, with that one. And then the next one here. is Slalom. This So it came out on arcade in '86, but it came out on the NES in '87. This uses the NES date. So this game got 4.7 out of 10 on IMDb with about 20-ish user votes, and this was for the '86, so this might be for the arcade version. The reception page. Allgame gave it 1.5 out of 5 stars. Ouch. Gen 4 gave it 73%, PowerPlay gave it 6 out of 10, Tilt gave it 16 out of 20. Pound's original releasing arcades versus Slalom was reviewed by Computer and Video Games. They praised the innovative ski controls, but said it lacked staying power and considered it an above-average game without the ski controls. The NES version received preview coverage in early '87, the first issue of Nintendo Fun Club News, the predecessor to the company's house organ Nintendo Power. Setting arcade conversion to NES was featured in the following summer '87 issue with a brief overview with expert tips. French magazine Tilt appreciated the game's graphics and sound, but thought its animation did not fare well. On the other hand, German magazine highly recommends Slalom's animations, particularly its use of scrolling in perspective, and thought its sounds were mediocre. Magazine found the game fun, though unrealistic. PowerPlay and Gen 4 similarly praised the animations, though Gen 4 found the game unrealistic. They appreciated its deception of speed and the gradual difficulty progression. PowerPlay liked the level and the obstacle graphics. Gen 4 considered the graphics average for Nintendo and disagreed internally as to whether the game was sufficiently fantastical. PowerPlay thought the game needed more variety and quickly became monotonous. Allgame editor retrospective review was critical as he called Slalom a rush job and did not capture the spirit of skiing. He felt that the game was repetitive, too simple, and not fun for adults. He described the graphics as blocking and in-spin and the sound as repetitive and derivative. He said that even though it was an early release in the console's lifespan, Slalom was on par with 1979's television capabilities. He recommended Konami's Antarctic Adventure for the ColecoVision in its stead. UK-based magazine Retro Gamer wrote the game received little fanfare. The magazine wrote in December 2010 on Rare's 25th anniversary that the game was fun but quite simplistic in its lack of race variety. They said, though, that the game showcased how the company couldn't maximize the system resources on the NES. Slalom was included in Rare Replay. Yeah. Okay, so far it's the least well-reviewed game so far in this compilation. So let's see how well it holds. It's kind of weird playing an NES game on Xbox. That's kind of funny. Funny how some of these licensed shit works sometimes. Ooh. Oh, fuck. Shit. Shit. Ooh. Shit. I actually don't mind it. I think it's actually not that bad, to be honest. I think I can understand, given the previous installments of the series, I'm of the company, that this game can kind of feel a little like whatever. But I don't know, I kind of like it. I think it benefits that they probably touched it up a lot when they ported this into this collection, but yeah, like I said, it is weird to have an NES game on a different system. It's so weird having... Shit. I was so close. Wiped out too many times. Oh, wow. I don't know. I'm kind of looking at this, and the criticisms... Yeah, the only thing I can kind of see is that the monotonous, I guess, could be a little there. Sure. But yeah, I think I'm good with that. That wasn't bad. I actually kind of like that, to be honest. I think it was a little harsh with it, but I can agree that it's not like a game that you'll say, oh yeah, this is one of the best ever. But I think for what it was, I don't think it's that bad. Ooh. RC Pro-Am. Now, I've heard of this one. This is going to be a cool look into here. Let's see, RC Pro-Am here. Let's see if I can find it here. The NES version came out in '88, but I can see that the arcade version came out in '87. So these ports, I think they're definitely like the NES ports, but they're going by the arcade release year for them. So this game had 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb with about 50-ish user votes. Wikipedia reception page. Allgame gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. CBG gave it 90%. Computer Gamer called it a compelling, innovative approach to car racing video games. It was found that it was distinguished from earlier racing games such as Sega's Enduro Racer, Nintendo's Mach Racer, and Atari's Pole Position by going from a more standard pseudo first-person view to an isometric perspective. It was praised its simplicity and controls, comparing that to an actual radio-controlled car. It was criticized for a lack of two-player feature and for the instruction booklet's vagueness, and concluded by lauding its graphic sound, saying that they helped make this the best game of its kind ever produced for any electronic game format. It was listed as, along with Cobra Triangle, as Rare's most notable NES games. The game has continuous positive reception. All games stated that RC Pro-Am is among the best NES games due to its realistic nature, praised its challenge and sound. Retro Gamer saw the game as a precursor to Micro Machines by Codemaster, compared to the action and variety of the items to the later Mario Kart series. Hailed it as one of Rare's best early products, stating, radio-controlled car racing in video game form was pretty much perfected here. The 2009 book Vintage Games compared to Spy Hunter noted its emphasis on collecting power-ups and weapons and not just on racing, saying that the trend of combining racing with vehicular combat will reappear in future games such as Super Mario Kart and Rock and Roll Racing. Later in 2010, as part of Rare's 25th anniversary, magazine said it was Rare's first successful NES game and one of the first games to combine racing and vehicular combat. Readers ranked it 22nd on the list of top 25 rare games. 2016, VideoGamer.com praised for it for still being enjoyable and challenging 28 years after its release. Appeared various times on Best Games list. 10th Best Sports Video Game. Interesting that they would put this as a sports game. Pace Magazine placed it as the 8th greatest NES game ever. 13th, IGN put a 13th best NES game ever. A lot of top lists for this. Yeah, this is considered a pretty solid installment. What number are we on here? This is the 3rd game here, so we got. Speaking of Cobra Triangle, that's the next one here. So we're getting kind of close here. RC Pro Am. All right, let's see how this goes here. Oh, look at this music. Oh boy, this is gonna be weird. Oh wow. Oh wow, I am awful. I almost need to use the D-pad for this, to be honest, to be more precise. The stick's too general with its directions. Yeah. The music's great in this game. Just epicness. Alright, yeah. For some of these older games, definitely use the D-pad. They're just designed for that level of precision that the stick just doesn't offer, really. Shit. God, I'm just like really, really awful. I mean, the arrows do help a little bit, but it's like, you're just kind of like, really... Yeah. It's so sad, because I really want to be, like, reasonably... There's some games that you'll play as a gamer that you want to be at least reasonably good at, but you just struggle getting there a little bit. Gotta break 3rd. Okay, I made it. Okay, sweet. This is different. Haha, sweet. Shit. Oh, fuck! Oh! Okay. I'll call it good with this. This... I like this one. This is... So far, I would say probably one of my favorites. Oh my god, an NES classic on Xbox One. This is weird. enjoy how the weirdness of this. But yeah, this is great. I think this is a really solid title. And yeah, it holds up really well, to be honest. I mean, it really does. Yeah. RC Pro-Am. Solid. Cobra Triangle. Let's see. What an 80s name for a game. Cobra Triangle. Let's see. Let's see. Cobra Triangle. Alright. Game has released in 1989. It has 4.7 out of 10 on IMDb with about 20ish user votes. Allgame gave the game 3.5 out of 5 stars. CVG gave it 93%. Games Machine gave it 80%. And contemporaneous reviews, Computer and Video Games wrote in high praise of the convincing graphics and smooth gameplay and addictive replay value. The magazine selected the game as recommendation. Games Machine was most frustrated by the waterfall jumping sequences. In a retrospective review, Allgame appreciated the diversity of levels. Reviewers noted its graphical similarity to RC Pro-Am, particularly in the camera angle and gameplay. Allgame put Cobra Triangle in lineage of the 1982 River Raid for the Atari 2600. And in comparison, both games have vehicular boat combat while avoiding land. Cobra Triangle's camera view is isometric rather than overhead, and its gameplay is more focused on racing than combat. IGN and Games Radar named Cobra Triangle among the top NES games. The latter had the most admiration for Cobra Triangle of all of Rare's catalog. They thought the game aged well and typified NES era beauty in its isometric combat, upgrades, and game type variety. Interesting. Alright, let's take a look at this. Oh, look at that. It's exactly like, it's just RC Pro-Am for boats. What a cool name though, Cobra Triangle. Like, God, what an 80s action movie name. Oh, interesting. Yeah, the fact that it's like not multiplayer, these games are, I think that's the only slight thing, is that these would be cool to have as multiplayer, really. But the limitations at the time, I guess. Jeez. Where's the mines at? Oh, right here. Okay. Oh, fuck! Better clear the fuck out of the way when you get in there, jeez. Fuck. Oh, you fucker. Oh, asshole. Oh my god, and fuck! Oh, fuck. Nah, I think that's good enough. Yeah, that's fun too. And yeah, the diversity of gameplay in between those things, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, the solid game too. Like this is the Cobra Triangle solid for sure. Sweet. Man, these things are real bangers. But yeah, I kind of agree with the overall consensus on the game in those early, like, Spectrum games. They don't hold up the best. I mean, they're playable and they are interesting and fun, but when you play the rest of these games, they do kind of hold back a little bit. Now, Snake, Rattle, and Roll. Now, I definitely heard of this one. See how this one holds up here. There we go. Game was released in 1990. It has 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb without 30-ish user votes. On the Wikipedia reception page, let's see, Nintendo Power gave the game scores of 4, 3, 3.5, and 4. Mean Machines gave it 94%, Video Game 72%, Retro Gamer 91%, Mega 70%. Game Players NES Excellence Award 1990. The game received further review. I mean, there was some early reviews that praised some stuff, like humor, gameplay, environment. The game received further reviews and praise in other video game magazines in '91. German magazine Video Games called the game acquainted original game that includes high quality graphics. The reviewer praised the animations and the characters, especially after the snakes eat nibbly pibblies, and he enjoyed the two-player simultaneous mode. However, said the game lacked in variety, though the gameplay and challenge remained consistent throughout the course of the game. PowerPlay gave a similar review and compared the game to 97 rare game RC Prime in gameplay. Games Players awarded the game Games Players NES Excellence Awards for 1990 as one of the best games released for the NES that year. Nintendo Power reviewed the game as part of an overview of NES games which magazine found were overlooked or otherwise did not sell well. Their main criticism was the main characters were not recognizable to anyone, giving the game a lack of visibility among consumers. Otherwise, they praised the game for its precise controls and for its blend of puzzle and action elements. The game received some retrospective coverage years after its release. IGN ranked the game at 32 in top 100 NES games, calling it another of Breer's excellent preschool party efforts on the NES, as well as Marble Madness turned into a platformer. It was also one of the game's high-level difficulty and its excellent soundtrack. Retro Gamer reviewed the game in its August 06 issue, calling it one of the best isometric games on the NES and an essential NES game. The two title characters of the game were named Hero of the Month in the magazine's February 07 issue. In a 25th anniversary retrospective in December 2010, the same magazine called the game an excellent platformer and was one of the games they wished would have been released on the Kinect. The magazine received a glimpse of a Marble Madness prototype on Kinect and wanted to see the control scheme of that game implemented to a new version of Snake, Rattle, and Roll. The game was also ranked 23rd on a reader's poll of top 25 games made by Rare. Yeah, and a lot of other stuff. But yeah, all right, let's take a look and see how this game holds up here. Snake, Rattle, and Roll, 1989. Shit. So much for that. How do I get up there? probably up on that. Huh. How do you get up there? I'll try again. Come on, get up there. Shit. Fuck. Okay. You know what? That's really good too. I love the idea of like building up the snake up and trying. The only thing I'm struggling with is trying to get to the next platforming stuff. I kind of struggle with that, but yeah, it's definitely a classic for sure. But yeah, that does it for part 2. Let's see what we got next. Let's see, Solar Jetman, Rock, Battletoads, RC Pro Am 2, and then Battletoads Arcade. And we got... Really? I reviewed some Killer Instinct a while back. Just gonna take a quick look here into the future. Wow. Yep, and it goes up to there, so we got a little bit to go here. But yeah, more good games. I'm glad that we're getting more and more into this, that we're seeing a lot more, like, well-defined games and classics. I think the only thing I am curious about is, I will say though, at some point we will get to those 360 installments or whatever they are. And yeah, so far so good. I really enjoy these games still. There's still not anything super bad yet. Really the only one I think, like looking back, I think the only one that I just kind of just had struggle with, really, it was just kind of more, Underworld was a bit difficult. Gunfright, I think, was the only one where I'm just kind of like, yeah, I could kind of live without it overall. But yeah, so far so good with these. A lot of good hits here. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. In case you wanted to chat with anyone from the Campy Company, but you don't want to use the YouTube comment section, we do have a couple options. The first one is we have a Discord channel. Find a link to that in About page / About section of our channel. We also have a discussion tab on our channel as well. You can access that through a PC or laptop computer. We also have a Patreon page that's in the works of this as of this moment. The main goal of that is to raise some money to give the channel a bigger budget, and also to start making merchandise as well that geared toward things that you guys enjoy from the channel. So any support for that would be much appreciated. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.